As strategists, we are used to think in scenarios, but frankly speaking, who expected a scenario like the one we're living currently in the strategy work that we did last year or even some months ago? So we are in a situation that we did not expect, but that obviously gives us chances and risks that we as strategists have to reflect. I think that in the last weeks we had mainly the focus on operative pressures. So obviously most of the companies dealt with their liquidity issues, they dealt with short-term work, they dealt with the assurance of their supply chains and having agreements with the suppliers and so on. But more and more we see the situation that the key questions that managers are currently asking themselves go beyond the short-term pressures, but go much more to the question, what does this actually mean from a strategy point of view of our company? In the last weeks, we had the opportunity to talk to many strategy responsibles in different companies and industries. And listening carefully to them, we realized that there are several pillars of their activities for the months to come. Obviously, the classical strategy process with all the reflection of the markets and the corporate statement and the business model going to objectives and a big initiative list, this is not so much in focus currently, especially not for a time frame for 5 to 10 years like a normal strategy process would be. Rather, we have a much narrower activity looking for strategic issues for the next 1, 2, maybe 3 years. And if we cluster that, we realize that there are 4 relevant issues. The first one is something that we start to call strategic streamlining. The second one is strategic conquering. The third one would be something like strategic baselining. And the fourth one are the work on strategic fundamentals. Let me quickly go through these 4 main issues. Strategic streamlining refers to the issue that the crisis gives us the opportunity to really look through our business model and have a very critical view on things that we have been doing by tradition, because of personal preferences, because of historical reasons, classical taboos that we don't really touch in normal strategy processes. Streamlining refers to the issue that we really narrow down our business model to the most relevant things and put aside all the different variances, customer groups maybe, markets that we have been serving that for years have not given the result that they should have given us, etc. So to really focus on the most important thing and be critical on issues that take away management capacity. That would be streamlining. The second issue that strategy people are currently looking very closely at is strategy conquering. Obviously, for many companies, the crisis gives an opportunity to be even more aggressive in the market because their competitors are in a weaker situation. And that opens the window for M&A activities, that opens the window for even more aggressive marketing and even more aggressive sales activities that maybe will not have the return on the short term, but will have an impact on the market shares looking 6 months or maybe even a year ahead. So conquering is a second relevant strategic point because we have to do it consciously and obviously focusing on issues that we believe in will justify the investment for conquering activities. The third issue is strategic baselining. With strategic baselining, we mean taking over to our new strategy normal things that are relevant in this crisis and that we are learning from this crisis and that can be used even in the years to come. Some examples for baselining would be, for example, the way we take decisions, the way we organize our strategy process, obviously much more on a virtual and digital way. It could be even the handling of priorities and so on. So issues that we will learn for the future as well and that we will take over from the learnings that we have currently. And the first issue is something that we call strategic fundamentals. Obviously there are some issues that are relevant now and will be relevant in the future. Just giving you an example, a good strategic impact analysis is very important now as it has been in the past. But obviously it gives the fundamentals for any kind of streamlining, conquering or baselining activities. Or the reflection of why are we here, why is it important that we are here, what is our main purpose. This would be very, very clear whatever decisions we take now. So putting all these 4 things together, I think this gives a good direction for strategic work for the months to come. And I really can encourage everybody to think them through and to give these 4 elements a very clear, straightforward approach. There are ways to do so intelligently. We would like to support you in that.